Hello everyone, I'm Afternoon with Humans, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use command blocks to program your own custom random chest loot for dungeon maps. So as you can see in this chest we have a sort of warrior's kit with some swords and axes, and if I step on this pressure plate to re-randomize, it re-randomizes to archer build, and then randomizes back to warrior, and then to a farmer thing, and alchemist, and there's loads of different loot tables. Sorry, it's not exactly a loot table, it just randomizes between different chests with different sets. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. Super simple to use, and I think this will be absolutely brilliant for any sort of dungeon maps in Minecraft. So let's get straight into the tutorial. So first of all, before you start off with anything, you're going to need to create a scoreboard objective. This is just a super simple dummy scoreboard objective. So if you go scoreboard, objectives, add, and I called mine ran chest in camel case, and then just type dummy, and you can have a display name if you want, but it's not necessary. And then just run that in chat to add the scoreboard. And then you probably want to go scoreboard objectives, sorry, set display sidebar ran chest, so that you can get that on the side of your screen like I have just there on the right. And yeah, let me show you how to now straight into the command blocks. So next you're going to want to summon a armor stand called ran arm, and if I scroll back through my command history, yeah, you can just use this command here, /summon armor underscore stand ran arm. I suggest putting it on top of an impulse command block here with a lever on the side of it, and inside that impulse command block you're going to need to type in /scoreboard players random at e name equals ran arm ran chest 1 space 6. If you want to have, I've only built 6 different chests, and the loot, yeah, it just randomizes which chest to place there. So if you want to have more than 6 different potential loot, sort of sets of loot, you're going to need to increase the 6 to however many different ones, however many different different sets of loot you want to be able to generate. So that can be, I don't know, 20, but I just done 6, which is pretty small for a dungeon map, but it's fine for the purpose of this video. And to test that works and that you've got your sidebar, flick a lever on the side of that command block and ran arm, and on the side in your sidebar. So that's just this display name for the scoreboard objective I created. It's just called chest selected, and if we flick this, it should randomly change his ran chest score to anything between 1 and 6. You can see that on the sidebar. I think that's just his UUID, that massive number. You just need to focus on the number in red. Yeah, you can just set it to repeat and watch it scroll through the different numbers to test it. But yeah, just a couple clicks on impulse should be fine. Next up, however many different sets of loot there are, you're going to want to place out that many repeating command blocks in a line, just like this. I've had 6, so I placed 6 command blocks here. And inside each of these command blocks, you're going to need to have testful ati scores equals ran chest equals 1, meaning that just tests when the armor stand, if the scoreboard has been set to 1, and then this one tests for 2, this one for 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. If you want to do more, I'm sure you can see the pattern there. Mine is set to generate a random number between 1 and 6, so I have it going from 1 till 6. You're going to need to have it go through 1 till 10. If you're generating a random number between 1 and 10, you get the idea. So the thing is, when we generate that number, a new number, one of these command blocks will detect it as having that number, and then will output a comparator signal. So randomly, one of these comparators will activate. I got a 1 again, reroll, and we got a 4, and this one activated. And yeah, so after those command blocks, you're going to need a line of comparators coming out of each one of them into a line of solid blocks. If you're on I highly suggest using just smooth stone, as it's completely solid and the line markings help you count them. And then you're going to need 6 impulse command blocks behind these smooth stone blocks, each one with a clone command, cloning the block in front of it to the same location. So this is going to be the same this is going to be the same command every time throughout each of these command blocks. It clones this chest, and the sign on top of it to this location when that command block is activated. Currently, this one is being activated. This triggers this impulse command block, which clones this chest, the farmer chest, with this farmer sign on top of it to there. If I regenerate it again, we got 1. This comparator hard powers this smooth stone block, and soft powers this command block, cloning this chest, which has the alchemist loot inside it with the alchemist sign on top of it, over to there. So every one of these impulse command blocks cloned to the same location. You're going to need to have them all cloned to the same location if you want this to work properly. And then just on either side of these, on that side of these, you're going to want to just fill it with whatever loot you want. So this is kind of silly loot for like a dungeon map, but I don't know, I was just trying to make it custom. You might want to do very slight differentiations and have it all somewhat themed around the warrior. If you were gonna run this sort of like warrior thing with swords, stew, bread, and armor and stuff like that, and as they progress through levels, create new versions of this that have slightly better loot progressively. And yeah, so a key thing with these is that yes, they'll all turn into double chests, but it only clones to a single chest. And so as you can see, this is cloning the alchemist chest, but it looks like the alchemist chest is a double chest, but it's this block is it's just a single chest with its own stuff inside it. And this block here it's like 2 separate blocks. It's just the textures make it look like one almost, and the UI makes it look like one. But in reality, it's 2 blocks with entirely separate loot inside them. So all of the stuff on the right, this right block, owns all of the bottom 3 rows, and the one on the left owns the top 3 rows, if that makes sense at all. So cloning the alchemist clones a single chest with these bottom 3 rows of loot inside it, with the vines and the potions and the potion ingredients. And yeah, you can do as many as you want, really, as long as it's all within range of the command blocks and stuff like that, though that shouldn't be a problem. That's just cloned the archer's loot, which is just like bows and stuff and leather armor. But yeah, this is how you create a very simple randomly generated loot chest for dungeon maps in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I didn't program this with like experimental gameplay or education edition on, so yeah, you might need to have those off for this to work. I'm not too sure. You might want to experiment with that if you're having issues. But yeah, super simple. I was really pleased with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you with creating randomly generated loot, I suppose. And yeah, please leave a like and consider subscribing.